Um, I want to thank everybody. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you for this great initiative. I count it as a privilege and as an honor to be here. And then, once again, I want to thank everybody who is part of this. You are doing well. This is a good initiative. And just like the name you have called it, Wealth House. So I ask that the Lord make this name a reality by turning everyone who is part of this group into a wealthy person in the name of Jesus. And before I go into the seminar, please, I want to ask the program coordinator, please, can you kindly drop the time to, let me know the time I'll be rounding off. You can send it to me as a personal message. I want to know when I'll be rounding off the seminar so that I can know how to work with time. Thank you so much. Well, just like the topic we have before us, multi-dimensional breakthrough in your career. So, multi-dimensional breakthrough in your career. Now, the word multi means many, and then multi can also mean different. So, when we say multi-dimensional, we are saying many dimension, and we are also saying different dimension. But when we say dimension, what's the meaning of dimension? Dimension means ways. Are you there? If I say what's the dimension you are taking, I'm saying what are the ways you are taking. Dimension can also mean form. So if I say what's the dimension, I'm also saying what is the form. Are you with me? So multi means many, dimension means ways or forms. So if you bring it together, multi-dimensional can now mean many ways, many form. You can also call it different ways, or you can say different form. Are you getting it? Now, breakthrough is to be able to make out a way from something that seems to have no way. Are you getting what I'm saying? Um, breakthrough is to make the possible out of something impossible. Breakthrough is to make something possible out of something that is impossible. Now, to break through, you will need a force because something must be broken. Are you there? Yes, it can be a wall that must be pulled down. Are you there? This wall that must be pulled down may be pleasure, it may be games, it may be unnecessary discussion. Are you getting it? So to break through, you must pull down something. Breakthrough means you are breaking something to make a way. Breakthrough means break and walk through. So you don't just break. Why are you breaking? You are breaking so that you can walk through. So to break through means number one, you are pulling down the wall, and number two, you are walking through it. That's what we call breakthrough. Now, the force you need to break through or pull down is the force of persistence or consistency. Either you need persistency, either you need to be persistent, and you need to be consistent. Are you there? So that ability to continue doing what you are doing, even when it looks like it's not working out, is being persistent. Are you there? So that ability to continue doing what you believe is true, even when things are not working as planned, is consistency. Are you there? That's it. So when you are consistent in something, it means you have a belief. You are sure it will work out. So that certainty that you have is what brings consistency. Are you getting what I'm saying? Um, breakthrough is to make the possible out of something impossible. Breakthrough is to make something possible out of something that is impossible. Now, to break through, you will need a force because something must be broken. Are you there? Yes, it can be a wall that must be pulled down. Are you there? This wall that must be pulled down may be pleasure, it may be games, it may be unnecessary discussion. Are you getting it? So to break through, you must pull down something. Breakthrough means you are breaking something to make a way. Breakthrough means break and walk through. So you don't just break. Why are you breaking? You are breaking so that you can walk through. So to break through means number one, you are pulling down the wall, and number two, you are walking through it. That's what we call breakthrough. You see, don't do a business you are not convinced about. Don't do a business you are not convinced about, because conviction is what powers consistency. You have to be convinced first. So don't let anybody push you into a business. Otherwise, you will not be consistent in it. So you first need to get your conviction. Is this going to work out? Do I have passion for this? Am I built for this? Am I made for this? So when those questions have been answered, then it becomes easy to be consistent. Are you there? So, why are you choosing to do the particular thing? Are you there? Even when there are a lot of people doing the same thing. These are questions to ask yourself. The reason will determine how long you can stay on it. Are you there? That's it. That's why I see some people, they do this, they stop, they do this, they stop. They are not persistent, they are not consistent because they are not convinced about what they are doing. Now, look at this. Don't do anything without knowing why. When I say don't do anything, I'm talking about business. Don't do any business without knowing why. Okay, I want to start sewing. Why do you want to start sewing clothes? Okay, I want to go into catering business. Why do you want to go into that catering business? Know why. Because you see, if you don't know why you are doing a business, to measure your progress will be hard. You see, you measure progress by the reason for the business. For some of you, you may not even, in the initial level of the business. Are you there? In the initial level, you may not be making big money. But if you check your reason, you may actually be making progress, because for you, it may not just be only money, it can be money plus building people. So when you see, okay, people are being built, of course, you still have some level of encouragement, because you know one of the reasons, one of the two major reasons for starting up the business is being achieved. So you need to know why. Knowing why is what helps you to now measure your to measure your progress. Your reasons for doing it is what becomes your scale for measurement. You see, breakthrough means breaking through. Are you there? There will not be a need for breaking through if you have no barrier. That's it. So the reason you have to break through is because there is a barrier. So you need to break through the barrier. Don't say don't say you have a breakthrough if everything is smooth. No. Breakthrough is for those who were strong enough, those people who are strong enough to pull down the obstacles before them. So if you don't have any obstacle before you, don't say you have a breakthrough. No, no, no. Breakthrough is for strong men, those who can withstand the obstacle, bring it down, and pass through it. Obstacles try to scare you. That's the power of obstacle over you. Obstacle tries to scare you. This is why you need to be fearless. Most obstacles are usually in the mind. And most of the things that forms obstacle on our way are usually in our mind. They are not really physical things that we'll see, though some of them are physical things, but I mean most of them are in the mind. Most of the things that forms obstacle are in the mind of people. Now remember, I told you earlier, I said to break through you need a force, and that force is the force of consistency. Now I said you to break through you have to pull down the wall. Now that wall can be pleasure, can be games. Some of us who are addicted to games, you may have to do away with that. By doing away with those things, you are actually breaking the wall. Before you know it, you have a breakthrough. There are things that I don't do now. I don't watch movies. I've said it over and over again. Whether Christian movies or worldly movies, I don't watch any of them. Are you there? You can't find game on my phone. for there's no reason for you can't just find game on my phone. Are you there? And yet I still there's still a lot of things to do. And there are many other things like that that I don't do. Not because they are bad, but as a way of, you know, um, as a way of breaking the wall, bringing down the barrier. Are you there? Maintaining consistency. That's it. Discipline is very important too, for a man that will experience breakthrough. Are you there? So, like I was saying, I said most obstacles are in the mind. For example, let me give you some examples of obstacles. Number one, the major obstacle people face is inferiority complex. Inferiority complex. Well, it's not for people like us. Then it's for people like who? Are you there? For the fact that somebody is doing it should be enough motivation that you can do it. The person is a human being, you are a human being. That's enough motivation. But some people will say, no, 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 it's not for people like us. What of the person doing it? Is the person a spirit or a ghost? So inferiority complex is that thing that makes you feel like you are lesser than others. Are you there? It makes you feel like you can't do much. Yes, that's inferiority complex. Another example of obstacle is family background. Some people say, how can you expect me to be the richest in my community? Don't you know my family? Don't you know how poor my parents are? No, that your family are poor is actually enough motivation for you to be the richest. You see, this thing depends on how we see it. Some people are poor because their family are poor. They have not seen it as a motivation for richness, for wealth. Are you there? You see, your family can be poor and yet you still be poor if you don't see the poverty as a motivation for wealth. Meanwhile, your family can be rich and you will still end up poor if you don't see the richness as a motivation for you to be richer. It depends on how you see things. So you need to begin to see things in the right way. The first obstacle I mentioned is inferiority complex. The second obstacle I mentioned is poor family background. Well, there's this adage that says that three generations cannot be poor, and three generations cannot suffer from poverty. It's not true. Three generations that are not saying the right thing, that are not allowing the family background to motivate them for exploit, we continue in poverty. There are families that have been handing over poverty for decades, and they have been doing a successful handing over because nobody is seeing. Are you there? Nobody is seeing the background as a motivation. What do you see? What you see defines what you get. See the poverty, the lack, whatever lack you are facing now, see it as a motivation. Some of us don't even eat what we desire to eat. Some of us don't have. So sometimes, you even want to load money from your bank account. Ordinarily on the Naira card, though, you want to load on the Naira card. Your bank will tell you insufficient fund. Is that not enough motivation for you to be rich? So that's it. What do you see? Another example of obstacle is the memory of the past, memory of past failures. That's another obstacle. Some of you will say, I can't do this, Eh? The last one I did, I failed. I should now do it again. Never. No. Don't let the memory of past failures bring you down. That's another obstacle. The one I'm talking about obstacle, some of you think is something concrete, something you can hold. No, most of the obstacles we have in life is in our mind. All the things I've been mentioning now are in the mind. So that you failed last year does not mean you will fail again this year. All you need to do is to re-strategize. That's all. Another example of obstacle is lack of help or helpers. Lack of help or helpers. Some people say, well, I don't have people to help me. And that has become obstacle. Why are you not doing this? Well, there's no helper. If there's no helper, bro, help yourself. That's it. See, you must be your own helper first before others come and help you. Anything you don't do to yourself, nobody will do to you. You are not helping yourself. You want people to come and help you. How do you help yourself? Help yourself by improving on yourself. Help yourself by building values. That's it. Most Christians don't build values. They don't increase the knowledge. They are just praying, moving from mountain to mountain as if as if the birds of the air are responsible for distributing money. Build value. By building value, you are helping yourself. When the world sees that you are helping yourself by building value, they suddenly turn to become an helper. That's how it works. But you are not helping yourself, you are expecting a helper to come, you are joking. Another example of obstacle is government policies. For some of us, the policy of the government is not favorable on the business we want to do, because maybe you have to pay a lot of tax, you have a lot of restriction and the likes. Are you getting what I'm saying? So that's it. Imagine you want to do a business and the percentage that the government is asking for is so high, that can become an obstacle. Are you there? So that's it. Government policy, can also be an obstacle, and also religious beliefs can be an obstacle. What do you believe from the scripture? I cannot do hairdressing, no. Why? Because I don't want to commit sin. That's religious belief. In our church, we not used to do attachment too, so I cannot do hairdressing, because if I do hairdressing now, people will be coming and I'll be doing attachment. I don't want to do what I don't believe. Your religious belief will also form obstacle for you. Are you getting what I'm saying? That's it. Some people don't believe in certain things because of their religion, and that is where wealth is for them. I don't want to be sewing clothes too, because some people say I should come and sew clothes that will not get to their knee now, and then you see that. So your religious beliefs can also become obstacle to you if you are not careful. Take note of that. In this context now, anything that can move you, are you there? Or carry you from one spot to another is a career. Anything that can move you or carry you from one spot to another is a career. You see, career is a carrier. Are you catching what I'm saying? Your career is your carrier. If you will be rich, then your career will carry you there. If you will be wealthy, your career will carry you there. If you will be stranded, the career you have chosen also will determine it. When you choose the wrong career, you will still move, but it will be to the negative. You can move from level 5 to level 1 if your career is not rightly selected. We have been taught to look at the society in order to know the career to choose. But as good as this sounds, it is dangerous. Choose career based on your passion. I repeat again, choose your career based on your passion. What do you have passion for? Don't forget, it is this same thing that will determine what you will study in the school. Many of us, we just go to school to study anything. Like I used to say humorously, some people, what they are after is admission. Whether they give them frogology, pepper soup geography, caricature, things they don't even have any idea of, they are going to study it. For them, it's about admission. Whether they say they should come and study wizardry, they will just go. Just to have a BSc. No. No. What is your passion? You don't look around to know what to study. Look at yourself. What do you have passion for? That's it. You may be surprised to know that the course you are to study in the university has already been hidden in you. If you check the environment, you miss it, because you end up doing something you don't have passion for. And there's no way you can be the best on something you don't have passion for. But check within. Don't look around, because you can be confused looking what? If you draw a career from your passion, then making impact will be possible. Now listen to me. You see, the world can make money without necessarily making positive impact. But for you as a Christian, your wealth is hidden in your ability to make visible and tangible impact. I'm telling you the truth. The world may be making money without making any positive impact. But for you as a child of God, your impact is in your ability to, your wealth Your riches is in your ability to make visible and tangible impact. So multidimensional breakthrough in career is having multiple and countless success in that thing you have chosen to do. Multidimensional breakthrough in career is having multiple and countless success in that which you have chosen to do. You must love what you are doing. It is not just about the profit, but the satisfaction is also important. When you do your career with pleasure, then your profit margin increases. And this is when you derive satisfaction. Are you there? Some people are making money, but they are not happy on it. Why? Because they are not doing what they have passion for. They are making money, they are making profit, yes, they are not satisfied. They still feel empty. Why don't you go for what you have passion for? When you go for what you have passion for, you make money, you make profit, you increase your wealth, and yet you'll still be satisfied. That's the difference. Please forgive me. I don't know. I may not really be saying, I may not be saying what you expect. I'm not a businessman. I'm a, I'm a minister of the gospel. But I believe that you will still see some things to pick from what I'm saying. So my job as a minister of God is to bring out the kingdom perspective of everything. Are you there? So if you ask me to come and speak on the economy of the nation, I will come from the kingdom. I will bring the kingdom view of that. So I hope you can see some things to pick from tonight's teaching, from tonight's seminar. So if you are into business, well, the aim of every business owner is to make profit. Are you there? So it is not wrong to make profit, but the question is, are you, you know, but the question is, how do you make profit? You make profit by making impact. No impact, no profit. Profit defines, impact defines profit, not profit defining impact. You make profit by making what? Impact. That's it. So if you cannot make impact, there's no profit for you. An increase in your impact is what leads to an increase in your profit. Add uniqueness to what you are doing. Not all doctors can treat the president, but there is one that can do that. And what differentiates that doctor from the rest is uniqueness. It can just be in the way the doctor speaks English. That's the truth. Everybody knows how to use the injection, but there may be one out of them that speaks well, and that one will be recommended for the presidency. Add a touch of uniqueness to what you are doing. Are you there? That's it. Too. As a Christian brother, you may not even have much clothes, but that little you have, let it be neat. That's it. Some people can wear one, I don't know, anyway. You don't need to have so many clothes, but whatever you have, do it well. How you appear is also very important. You want to go and present your business to someone and you're addressing anyhow, they will send you away. It's not about my faith is alive. No, no, no. Let your sense be alive too. Are you getting what I'm saying? That's the truth. Faith plus sense is what you need in this visible world. Assuming everything is just assuming you are living in the spiritual world, you need only faith. But you see, in this physical world, add sense to your faith to make profit, to be reasonable. Are you there? As a Christian, if you have nothing that can fetch you money, then I'm happy to announce to you that you will soon go into witchcraft. As a Christian, if you have nothing that will fetch you money, then you will soon go into witchcraft. You see, God wants to bless you, but he must find your hand doing something, no matter how small it is. Me, I cannot sell card, I cannot sell data. Just make sure your hands is doing something. Some of you sisters can bake some things. You can do chin chin. You can do egg roll. Just lay your hands on something. You see, God wants to bless you, but his blessings will never come on nothing. That's what the Lord told me some years ago that changed my life. The Lord said, son, I'm committed to blessing you, but I don't bless nothing. Let me see your hands in something. No matter how small it is, then my blessing will come on it. I don't put my blessings on nothing. When I heard that, I told myself, even if it is to sell paper, sheet of paper, I will do one thing so that at least I can give God an excuse to bless me. Your business is the only excuse you can give to God to qualify for his blessings. God's blessings must land on something in your life. Are you there? And that thing is what you are doing. What now happens when you have nothing doing? Then you are disqualified from his blessings. Having money does not really make you rich if your source is not traceable. Are you there? If you have money and yet your source is not traceable, you are either a thief or a ritualist. True wealth can be traced to a source. Don't be desperate for money. All you need is a creative mind. Use your brain, not your neighbor. Love your neighbor as yourself is not the same thing as use your neighbor as a trash. Love your neighbor as yourself is not the same thing as use your neighbor as a trash. Use your brain, don't use your neighbor.